Couple of interesting races still to look at. We'll have a look at race number 8 now, and this race is the Golden Mile, and a very strong race has been assembled for this. It's a Group 3 race. It's over the mile, obviously, and the Inter-Dominion reigning champion, Lenny the Shark, resumes from a short spell, and he's the dominant favourite here with tab.com.au. He went up at $1.55. He's been drifted out to $1.60. Bling It On is the second pick at $5.50, and then it's double figures for the rest. I think the big question mark is where the main danger comes from. Obviously, Lenny the Shark is first up. He's a horse that gets better and better as his campaign goes along. We've seen him be very good at Menangle in the past. His run in the Miracle Mile was absolutely super. But where is he at? He missed an important trial on Monday because of the closure of the track. He did work on the training track, but whether that hit out was good enough, we'll find out on Saturday night. He's the best horse in the race. He'll go on and be a better horse than all of these rivals, including Bling It On. He's obviously won an Inter-Dominion. But the question is just how fit he is, and he's drawn barrier 10. I'll put him on top, but there's absolutely no confidence. 10 on top. Hardest to beat is number 6, Bling It On. Look, a few people have been out for this horse, and I really find it hard to understand. I think we've got to take what Belinda and Luke McCarthy and the owners are saying on their merits. That the horse is a stallion. He takes a while to come to hand. He's maybe a little bit disappointing last time in Victoria, but he had some time off the track, and it's going to take a while for him to show his best. I would have liked to have seen him go around last Saturday night. I think 4 runs leading into the Len Smith Mile would have been better than the 3. Obviously, he goes around on Saturday night. With another run under his belt, I reckon he really could have given a first up Lenny the Shark a bit of a challenge. So I've put him in for second. I think people have been a little bit hard on him of late. Outside of those, I thought maybe number 8, Better Black, with his explosive gate speed. He might be able to get down to the front. Then Darren McCall's got a couple of decisions to make. He obviously likes to roll along with the horse, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him say, catch me if you can, and of course was an impressive winner of the Newcastle Mile going back a few starts ago now. And maybe number 12, Freiburg. He's had a few runs back. He's getting 100% race fit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a nice run through off that second row, and I think he'll be hitting the line very strongly. So the numbers there in race 8, they are 10 on top to beat numbers 6, 8 and 12. Brings us to race number 9, and this is the Mount Eden for the 4-year-olds. This race has been brought through to this week after the meeting was called off last week. And TACT, who drew barrier 10, when this race was abandoned last week and they called for fresh nominations, it's come up with barrier number 2 and is a very short price favourite, $1.40. In front of Kept Under Wraps at $6, Cyclone Kate at $7, and they're the only 3 under double figures. Look, I think there's much better value in the $1.40 about TACT than the $1.60 about Lenny the Shark. A few question marks about Lenny the Shark being first up from a spell and from the wide draw, where you've got TACT drawn 2. Obviously didn't race last Saturday night. They would have liked to have gone around, but he's a horse that's been doing a lot of racing recently, and I think he can stroll to the top and win this race for fun. I think number 1, Tullow, can run a cheeky race from the draw. The horse has been racing well. This is his biggest test to date. He was placed 3rd at Menangle 2 starts ago and didn't do a bad job on that occasion. That was behind the Inform Ideal Situation. The horse has been getting better with recent racing, and from the good draw should get a nice suck along behind TACT, and I think definitely one that can run into the Quinella. And then outside of those two, you're looking at the class runners. I think number 5, which is Cyclone Kate, is a very talented mare. We saw her win the Carnival Stakes on Miracle Mile Day. That was the Group 2 race, and she was very good there leading throughout. And outside of her, number 4, Kept Under Wraps, is the other quality horse in the race. I do think Cyclone Kate is better than Kept Under Wraps going forward. And I've gone 2, 1, 5 and 4. So they are the feature races. Of course, the 4-year-old mare races as well will be run on Saturday night. They look to be dominated by a couple of horses. We've got short price favourites in there. But looking forward to the meeting on Saturday night. Should be a ripper. And connections of those 2-year-olds should remember that the barrier draws for the final will be conducted on Saturday night at Menangle after the semi-finals have been contested. So I'd encourage all participants and all connections of those 2-year-olds, if your horse does run in the top 6, hang around for the final barrier draw, which will be conducted on Saturday night. That's the preview for Menangle racing this weekend, and look forward to hopefully finding a couple of winners.